when it comes to a narcissistic individual, they manage to manipulate the situation so that it helps them to get away with their behaviour. So when it comes to dealing with narcissists, we often unwittingly enable them, or unwittingly forgive them, unwittingly help and support them before we recognise what they're actually doing to us. And even when we do recognise what they're doing, we often feel very guilty for stepping away from it and not trying to help them. And it's this kind of thing that a narcissist needs, your guilt, in order to help them continue to get away with their behaviour. A few things that help a narcissist get away with their behaviour, and one of the first of these is playing the victim. Now, we can have all been victimised at one point or another within our lives, and as soon as we go towards that victim mentality, even if we're not at fault for something, it sends us on that downward spiral. You're not responsible for another person's mistreatment of you. However, we have to take responsibility to our reactions to that. And we have to look and learn for ourselves. You can't make another person change. You have to focus on you. With a narcissist, they will play the victim in the reality that they created. They will exaggerate, they will twist the stories, they will fabricate lies, all to elicit sympathetic attention. And if at all possible, to gain the validation that they were the victim in the situation, so that they can gain enablers and flying monkeys to their side. So if they can twist the story, if they can accuse their children of having no respect for them, of being too unappreciative of them, to gain that sympathy while saying everything that they supposedly did for their children to gain the admiration, it validates the narcissist that they weren't the problem in the situation. Whereas you'll often look at a genuine victim who is constantly questioning where they went wrong. And although this is painful, by questioning that is how we improve who we are as a person. Yet it's exactly what narcissistic individuals need to latch onto so that they can manipulate and exploit you and play the victim and blame everything on you. They can also get away with their behaviour by acting like some of the sweetest, kindest, nicest people you could ever meet. They can be over the top with the giving of the gifts. And you are literally making a deal with the devil, because they use the gifts as a way to gain favour, to gain favours from you, to look good to you, to buy your loyalty, to create that sense of indebtedness with you. And as they have zero respect for your boundaries, as soon as they want something from you, they're going to ask you for it. And if you say no, they're going to bring up that gift they brought you, that favour they did for you, to make you feel guilty. And then if you still don't do as they want, they're going to claim that you're ungrateful and you're selfish. They use that charisma and that charm with ease to deceive. They can be the life and the soul of the party. They are, in a sense, actors, and they will act in a character that makes people sort of admire them and look up to them and respect them and enjoy being in their presence. Yet you can also feel a little uncomfy, a little unease, because their confidence is actually their arrogance, and it is quite a fine line. A confident person is confident in what they know and will let you know if they don't understand something. A narcissist will lie if they don't understand something to make themselves appear like they do. They use that weaponized incompetence. Now, before we've learned anything, we don't know something. So if you buy your first home and you're tight on money, you might think, I can decorate this house. Easy, doddle, I can do it. And the first time you do it, you make no end of mistakes, but you learn from them. You either think, yeah, this is not for me, time to get a professional in who knows what they're doing. And even a professional can make a mistake. We all make them. Or we can think, oh, that's where I went wrong. Right, next time I'm going to do this. And then the next time you think, didn't do that other thing. And you learn as you go. It's about recognising it. With a narcissistic individual, they will promise to do something for you. They will do it badly on purpose. And then if you try to speak to them, they'll just play the victim of, can't do anything right for you, can I? I don't know why I bother. And that gets them out of doing things in the future. They want to be seen as perfect. So they might claim that they're able to do something, and then when they've got the opportunity to do it, they'll find excuses not to, or they will do it badly. And if you try to have a conversation about how it's being done, they just turn around and play the victim in the situation about how nothing is ever good enough for you, or they start attacking you as a person and the things that you're not very good at to sort of close the wound. Their ego has been wounded, so by attacking you and making you feel rubbish, it makes them feel better. So you can't teach them. You can't teach the unteachable. They're not interested. They believe they already know everything. And it's not nice making a mistake. It's not particularly nice having a mistake pointed out to us. But with a narcissist, this is one of their worst fears. They will act incapable. They will act helpless to avoid doing something, to get you to do it for them. And then they'll play nice to you and thank you for doing it for them. And then when they no longer need you for anything, they just up and disappear on you. They're looking to avoid responsibility. They're looking to avoid consequences, and they're looking to get other people to do the dirty work of the things that they're not interested in doing for themselves. And they will go all out to find a scapegoat to pass the blame on to. And this is a double whammy for a narcissistic individual, because a scapegoat is usually someone who doesn't conform or who calls them out on their behaviour. Therefore, by scapegoating that person, by passing the blame and the responsibility on that to that person, the narcissist smears that person's name. They ruin that person's reputation with other people, so they get away with their behaviour. They punish that person, so they're getting away with their behaviour, and they're also gaining the validation from others that the narcissist themselves wasn't the problem, and the person that they've scapegoated is the problem, and they isolate the person that they've scapegoated. And because people are shunning that person, the narcissist then sort of writes it within their own mind that they weren't the problem. So obviously the other person, look, no one wants to be around the other person, but everybody wants to be around me, because they're lying to people. But it helps them to get away with their behaviour. There's lots of games a narcissist plays in order to get away with their behaviour, and any that you notice, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support of the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot get no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon, 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Give No Contact, a Narcissist Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.